see. Is that true?
Well, like I said, I don't know how much of it is true or not, but that's what happened.
So at this point, the tall man who had waved the musicians to be quiet um, pulls the instrument off of his back and reaches down and pulls a flask from his hip, takes a long draught from the flask before dropping it back to his hip, and says, "Well, I have a bit of a story since we're telling scary stories. Would you like to hear mine?"
Yes, I.
It goes something like this. There is a land all surrounded by mist. It's a place where men like me get our kicks. Distant mountains capped with snow, over forests dark as night, where people cower in their homes and they keep to the light. It's a world where the sun never peeks through the cloud, where the name of his lordship, it is never said aloud. Don't be afraid, it's only death. It's just as natural as your first breath. 'Cause life's a bitch, and then you die, and hell's a myth, and the afterlife's a lie. High up above those small and miserable folk is the largest, grandest castle that you ever will behold. And when the party starts, you will all want to be there, but the invitations only go to those who take a dare. And at this point, he looks over for just a moment and stares directly into Bronwyn's eyes. There's a grand entryway like you've never seen before, and a 25-piece band and a 10,000 square foot ballroom floor. And now he reaches out to wave his hand upward, and a woman stands in response. Trixie. You see that she is the young woman you had talked to during the day's trek along the road. She's wearing an elegant crimson-colored dress, starkly different from the plain brown smock that she had on earlier in the day. Now look, there's a lady all dressed in red, all gussied up, although she died in bed. And he winks at her. Looks like she could use a drink or a dance with the dead. And he approaches the woman in red, and she moves to meet him. Oh, lucky me, I'm the angel assigned, who knows how to tempt you with a flask full of wine. And so I sauntered up slowly, and this is what I said. Don't be afraid, it's only death. It's just as natural as your first breath. 'Cause life's a bitch, and then you die, and hell's a myth, and the afterlife, well, the afterlife, it's a ball. Yes, it's a ball. Let's dance. Now you're looking like you've never heard the two-step before. Have a drink, don't think, get on your feet. We're gonna show you what they're for. Now, left and right and left and right and left. And at this point, the girl in red is moving her feet in time, and several other fellow campers are getting on their feet to join. Left and right and left and right and left and pick it up, left and right and now even more are jumping up. There are at least a dozen on their feet, having formed into a ragged, twisted sort of Congo line led by the tall, gaunt-faced man, and beginning to move off into the larger camp area. Which of you are joining? Left and right and left and right and left and right and left and right and left. You're doing great, kids. Left and right. The line of people is now snaking around the wagons and tents, with the tall man in front, the woman in red behind, and now most of your fellow caravan travelers, several of the Vistani kids, and even a few of the guards. And then the music stops abruptly, followed by a shriek, a laugh, several grunts, and oofs as you see the entire line go tumbling to the ground. Just a moment passes before folks begin clambering back to their feet, but as they do so, you hear several loud exclamations. What? Where did he go? He's gone. The girl, too. What happened to them? As they all get to their feet, you realize that the tall man, who so clearly stood out before, seems to no longer be among them. And furthermore, the woman in red appears to be missing as well. You see the people looking all around. One man seems to be examining the ground near where the Congo line went down. They all look confused and are muttering amongst themselves in worried voices. What are you all doing?